Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. We have today, vlog day number 15. We are officially in our third week of doing this every day. Having fun doing this. So it is February 2nd, 2024. Today, I'm thinking I'm going to have kind of a chill day at home. I'm about to record some reaction videos. And here, let me show you my setup. Continuing our behind the scenes look at what I do. Here's my setup. So you can tell I got the light and the camera like this. Usually have an extra battery just in case the battery decides it wants to die. I used to have an external monitor, this guy right here. It decided it wanted to fall off my desk here and broke. Didn't even really fall. It just kind of like tipped over a little and the screen just cracked. So yeah, this is what I'm working with. You can tell the difference with the lighting when I have it on versus when I turn it off. Makes a huge difference. And I usually record these videos like today I'm going to do 5. I usually do like 4, but I'm throwing in a bonus one. So I'm probably going to do that today. I don't know if I'm going to get out. All day I sat here saying, nah, I don't want to get out today. And right now, as I'm talking, I kind of want to go back to Neukölln. I was going to go to a coffee shop yesterday and review the coffee shop for the Neukölln video, but I decided not to do that. I went to Brit's Palace and you saw what I did yesterday. So I don't know. Right now, I thought it was going to be rainy today, but apparently it's not going to be rainy till this evening. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But right now I am going to finish my coffee up and jump into these reaction videos. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. It is time for another reaction video. And today we have another, and continuing my Die Totenhosen journey, I am reacting to. And continuing my Die Totenhosen journey, I am reacting to Altes Fieber. Haven't heard the song before, looking forward to it. So let's just jump into it. If you like these videos and you like this kind of content, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so. Also, leave me a comment and let me know what your favorite Die Totenhosen song is and what I should react to next. All right, let's get into the music. I have it. God damn it. Gotta start over. All right, so I messed up. I didn't hit the record button. So we're gonna have to react again. We're gonna have to start over. I never watched a video first before I do a song. So we got halfway through. So, all right, let's just jump into it. Let's just start now. Hey guys. All right. So today was kind of a nothing day. I told you it was going to be kind of a nothing day, but there is something I do want to talk about. I mean, I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time. Now another YouTuber that I'm friendly with, I've never met him in person, but we've talked. Guy named Steven. I don't know if he says Stefan or Steven. He put out a video about 4 months ago, and I'll link it here, but it's titled, "We Need to Talk About the USA and American YouTubers." And in this video, he talks about, I guess, a subset of Americans who live in foreign countries like me, who I guess consistently say negative things about the US and don't acknowledge the positive things, I think is the gist. And what I will say is, like, I'm not trying to start beef or anything with Jay. Everyone is entitled to their own truth, right? Everyone is entitled to see the world through their eyes. That perspective is not always accurate as far as the way things really are, myself included. You know, I could be way off on things that I feel and believe. So this is in no way a bash on Jay. He makes some really good points in this. I suggest you go watch it and then come back to this video. But I do want to address a few things. For one thing, I don't know what this compulsion or obsession is with Americans having to profess their love for their country. I don't love America. I don't love Germany. I don't love a place. It's a place. I like a lot of the ideals of this place. I like a lot of the freedoms and the culture of this place. I like a lot of the culture and freedoms that exist in the US. But I don't love the U.S. I don't know if I'm one of the people he's talking to, because I very rarely make videos bashing the U.S. I've made videos about, things that Germany does better, things that the U.S. does better, things like that. But I've never actually made a video, I don't think, saying that the U.S. sucks. But I will make my position very clear right now. The direction that the U.S. is heading is not one that I want to be associated with, especially if Donald Trump is elected again. If this offends you, if you're one of these snowflake Trump people that I piss you off by saying that, too bad. You can unsubscribe. I don't give a shit. Okay? I will say that flat out. I do not care if I offend you. I do not want you as a sub, if that is how you feel. So, but Jay makes a few points that I want to talk about. He talks about the education system, and one of the points I always make, I will die on this hill, is that the German higher education system is more accessible than the U.S. higher education system. I admire Jay's story. I admire Jay's story a lot. He comes from an immigrant family. He has dealt with things that I have not dealt with. He has reached a level of prosperity because of his education access and his intelligence and his drive. He's a smart guy. He's a driven guy. So I fully acknowledge that. And Jay makes the point that he didn't have to pay for college. He got grants and these things, so his college was free, which is nice. That's awesome. I don't know how old Jay is. I assume he's probably late 30s, early 40s, somewhere like that. And he's been out of college. I would say Jay is. This is not meant as an insult. You look like you're 30, bro. You look great, but I would say he's probably been out of college 20 years, and so things have changed in 20 years. Things have changed dramatically in 20 years. The average college tuition cost in the U.S. is $19,000 per year. That's across the U.S., including tuition and fees and expenses, $36,436 a year. That's not affordable to a lot of people. You're going to come out of college $160,000 for your education. Now, if you're fortunate and if you have parents who were able to set aside money for your college and you don't have to start out with crippling student loan debt, fantastic. You're one step ahead of probably the majority of people. But if you're not, if you're one of those people who has $100,000 in student loans and your first job pays you, I don't know, $60,000 a year, or you're a school teacher, you make $50,000 a year, $100,000 student loan is going to cost you $400 a month. So if you backtrack, you can see that it is not the same as it used to be, the college system. A lot of it has to do with 2005 bankruptcy laws. We don't need to get into that. 2005 the bankruptcy code was revamped, and student loans are no longer dischargeable in bankruptcy. You can point to that moment in time and see where college expenses shot up dramatically. Student loan debt flowed because banks were not afraid of losing that money. It's up to people to be responsible. Of course it is. But if you want to go to college, you can't afford it. What are you going to do? You're going to take out student loans. And you're never going to be able to get rid of them. You're never going to be able to get rid of them. You can discharge them. Basically, there is I can't remember. I used to do a lot of bankruptcy work, and I can't remember what the language is. But basically, you had to be a quadriplegic, and you could never work again. That's the basic. I mean, that's exaggerating maybe a little bit, but that's pretty close. So the education system is not a trivial thing. Again, I want you to go back and watch this video. And watch his video if you haven't. It's great because it's made me think, and I like to think about these things. He spends half the year in Germany and half the year in the U.S. And, that's amazing to be able to do that. I wish I could experience that. I wish I could have that, being able to put 2 feet in two different universes. I'm jealous of Jay a little bit because of that, but also I don't want to live in the U.S. So, I would like to be able to visit a little bit more often. But I guess I'm going to get to my point. My point about this is there are people, myself included, who have felt that the U.S. has left them behind, that the reactionaries have taken over. Even the Democrats would be probably center right in any country in Europe. So for me, it's a political stance. I do not feel welcome in my own country. That's the bottom line, especially Texas. California is different. I'm from Texas, so I do not feel welcome in my own country. And I'm a straight white male. I have nothing to fear. But I still don't feel welcome there because other people don't feel welcome. Like, that's the thing. Like, when these people, if Trump gets elected again, what's going to happen? I mean, we've already eroded women's rights. We're eroding civil rights with the Supreme Court. What's going to happen? Like, I mean, I'm not trying to be an alarmist, but I will never live in the U.S. if Donald Trump is elected again. And I hate that because I would like to live in my home. But I don't know. I'm probably just ranting and rambling in here. I would highly suggest you go look at that. It struck a nerve with me because I think if you make a certain amount of money, which I think Jay does probably, and that's not a judgment call. It's not a judgment call. But I think if you make a certain amount of money, the U.S. is a great place to live. If you don't have to worry about healthcare, if you don't have to worry about student loans, if you don't have to worry about $1.5 million house in California, if you don't have to worry about how are you going to ever buy a $300,000 house in Texas? How are you ever going to buy a $200,000 house, which doesn't exist very much anymore? How are you going to buy that house when you have $100,000 in student loans, when you have medical bills because your insurance sucks? How are you going to pay for those things? That's why people are disillusioned. That's why people like me don't want to live there. And it's not because I hate America. I'm like anti-American and I don't, we can talk about the foundations of America in a historical setting. I'm willing to have that conversation one day, but not today. But I think when all is said and done, people have to find a situation that's right for them. And for me, being here is right. Being in Europe, I don't know about necessarily here, but being in Europe, I could go somewhere else. I could go to Austria. I could go to Paris. Or I could go to London, wherever. I'm just saying, not being in the U.S. is the right thing for me to do. And it's a right thing for a lot of people to do. I can get why if someone has certain feelings, like you have a lived experience. You have a lived experience of what it's like to be an American. I have a lived experience what it's like to be American. Other people have lived experiences what it's like to be German. I will not ever discount someone's lived experience, but it takes understanding, I guess. Yeah, it takes a bit of understanding to see where other people are coming from. And, it just takes a bit of understanding to see where other people are coming from. That's all I'm saying. Go watch his video. Subscribe to his channel. He's really great. Anyway, that's about it for me tonight. I'm going to call it a night. Tomorrow, I am going to get out and film, I think, unless it's raining. I'm going to work my 10 things not to do in Berlin video and then probably something else. So, I don't know. I hope you guys have a good evening. Make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about this rambling, incoherent mess that I just said. Go visit Jay. You guys have a good evening. I'll see you tomorrow.